Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So we got an art show tonight, and today is June 4th, and June 4th has historically been a lucky day for me. A number of good things have happened in the past. 4 years ago today, I had just completed my first version of what I now call Corona Gammon, the AI for the game of backgammon, and currently the #1 AI for backgammon in the world. I had started writing it when we first went into lockdown, right? We were only going to lock down for a couple of weeks at the beginning, and I thought I'll just write something that may or may not work, you know, and see what happens, right? And so little did I know I would start the AI for the number one AI for the game of backgammon in the world. 17 years ago today, I was living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I was regularly shopping at a grocery store called Trader Joe's over there. I think we might have a few of them here as well. And there was a girl that was working there that I wanted to get to know, and June 4th of 2007 is when I made my first move on her. And it didn't go anywhere, obviously. We did have a couple of conversations from there on in, and but I'm glad I did that, because had I not, I would have always wondered, what if I had just done that, right? So not the end of the world. And 2 years ago today is when I first decided I needed to quiet quit at my job. I was working at a tutoring center. You know, I had been hearing about quiet quitting. I never thought it was for me, but after how I got treated there, I decided I had to do something about it. My boss had some, I wouldn't say prejudices, but he sometimes didn't think outside the box. You know, he and some of the other people there, this was in a town called Mercer Island in Seattle. And I'll let you look at a map and look at some photographs of the area. People are very close-knit. He probably knew all of the other employees there as family friends, as connections. I think he even, at one point, his cousin was working there too. And I hate to say that he was discriminating, but he let the connections get the better of him at the workplace. Let's put it that way. Now, I decided that when he sometimes you ever have this workplace where the work could have been it could have been something fun to do, but you have a boss that just makes the entire workplace feel a lot heavier than it has to be, with all these details and micromanagement and noise and bringing up subjects that make you uncomfortable at the workplace. Yeah, or very sensitive. You got to think 5 times before everything you say. Even if he asks you something as simple as, "Hey, it's on a Monday. How was your weekend?" You got to think 5 times before you answer him, because you might accidentally trip over something that he's sensitive to, or you get the idea, right? That's how I felt. And I stopped caring about it, is how I quiet quit. You know, when he started to raise his voice about it, you know, I'll just do my job even better and ignore the politics side of it. That's how I decided to quiet quit. Because after all, I really loved all of our clients. It was the management that I didn't like, right? It made the whole work site feel heavy. Now, so I distinctly remember the first day I decided to tune that out, because it was June 4th. June 4th is Alicia Janazzi's Polish Idol Season 1, her birthday, and I distinctly remember, wow, it's on her birthday I decided to quiet quit. So this was 2 years ago now. Now, June 13th is another important anniversary for me. It was the first time I went on a date with myself, actually, and he knew that, because I had been talking to some of my students about. I had one student who was really upset that he had broken up with his girlfriend of just before the high school, the senior dance or something like that. And I encouraged him to go do it by himself, and he did, and he had a really good time. And so by this time, my boss had already known that I had a relationship with myself and all that. And he decided to give me a really busy schedule on June 13th. And he said that the other students were, 2 students were graduating, another one was had some kind of event, a birthday or something, I can't even remember. And basically, all of those things trumped the concept of having a relationship with one. So it really made me upset. And he knew it was my anniversary. So I thought I had to play revenge on him. So I went to his social media to try to find out his birthday or his wedding anniversary, or so. I couldn't find it. So instead, I knew he was Muslim. So I decided to Google what kind of holidays they celebrate. They have a new year every July or August. And so when the Muslim New Year came, I decided to tell him that I had COVID. And so he would, and I didn't tell him until the very last minute too. So all of a sudden, he has to scramble, and he couldn't find anybody. He had to come to work on his Muslim New Year. He was pissed. He didn't tell me it was because it was his Muslim New Year, but you could tell he was really pissed. And in fact, at the morning of the New Year, he called me to see if I could take another test to see if I still had the COVID, and it's kind of funny. The reason I had and I sent him a photo of the positive. The reason I had all those positive tests is because I love to record videos so much. I had so many photos of times when I tested positive for COVID. That was really nice. And I hung my head over the bed. I don't feel well. I think I have COVID. So he had to come in for work on Muslim New Year as a little bit of a revenge. And I don't know if I should have done that. Maybe I should have been man-to-man with him. Hey, do you realize that was my anniversary? And I really love all of our students, but so you're telling me that graduations and birthdays are more important than dates with oneself? I mean, he is Muslim, so he might really do believe that dates with oneself are garbage, right? So that's a tough one. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.